is Kelsey Berg. I'm majoring in Management Information Systems with a minor in Computer Science and Japanese, of course. I studied abroad in Japan on the IES Tokyo program. When I first arrived in Japan, I was super nervous that all the signs would be in Japanese and that I'd be able to read some of them, but I'm not very good at the Chinese characters in the language, so I was worried I wouldn't be able to read like the actual meaning of a lot of them. But since it's Japan and they're very tourist oriented and everyone has some knowledge of English because they're required to take it in schools, I learned. Most everything had English in it, so I could navigate fairly easily. I lived at the Tokyo Olympic Youth Center, so it was kind of a dormitory facility. We had an itty-bitty room, but it was Japan, so like it had everything I needed in a very compact space. We did have like our linens regularly like washed and changed for us, which was nice. We just had to bring them down. There was a convenience store that was part of the building that had a lot of food because Japanese convenience stores will like reheat food for you, so that was really convenient too. There was one weekend on the program where they did send us to do a homestay, and the lower level students usually had another lower level student in the same household as them, but the upper level students were usually alone with their host family. And Harajuku is one of my favorite regions of Tokyo, especially because of a street called Takeshita-dori. And Takeshita-dori has like the newest sort of cute Lolita young person fashion, but they also have a whole bunch of little alleyways off of Takeshita-dori where they have like $4 bins of super cute clothing. And there's such a high turnover of fashion in Harajuku and Tokyo that there was always some new cool like outfit in the bargain bin there. So I actually came home with a whole new suitcase full of clothing. I went to a baseball game in Japan and it was super interesting because the rules are slightly different. They also have cheerleaders for baseball because baseball is like the football of Japan. Here at the U, we usually come into class, we sit down, we talk to our friend, and then the prof comes in, and then everyone kind of settles down and kind of focuses. Whereas in Japan, yeah, sure, you can sit down and talk to your friend, but when the teacher comes in, you stand up, and you bow, and you greet them in unison. And then the teacher tells you you can sit, and then you sit. So it's very structured, and there's a lot more sort of respect for your professor or your teacher. Every single day we'd have like a vocab test and a kanji test. And for me, because I'm really terrible at reading kanji, which is the Chinese characters, I needed that. It forced me to kind of sit down and actually learn it. Because a lot of times what happens is you learn it, then you take the test and you forget about it. When you're being tested on it every day, like there's no time to kind of sit down and forget everything because you're just constantly learning new material. It was a full semester's worth of material packed into 6 weeks. So really intense, but I liked it because I learned a lot and I learned it fast. Studying is important, but don't let it kind of take over your experience. Go have fun too, because otherwise you're not going to have any good stories to tell. And when you come home, be sure you share your experience with the Learning Abroad Center, with your friends, and encourage other people to do it too.